is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds. It is in the 145-pound junior kickboxing division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, making his FCP debut, standing at 5'8", weighing in at 145 pounds, hailing from Rochester, New York. He's 15 years old, Omar Ortiz. And his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner, hailing from Weedsport, New York, making his FCP debut, representing Combat Recovery, standing at 5'8", official weight 145 pounds. He is the Man Cub, Jamin. Your referee for this contest is Elvin Roberts.
What's going through these guys' mind right now as they get to do their first combat sports match?
First of all, you're in front of a crowd, and some of these guys, they're very young, you're 15 as an age, so this is probably the first time they're in front of a big crowd. They may not even played any varsity sports yet, so think about that. So they're going out here, and they're going to see how it goes. A little bit of nervousness, a little seeing, feeling out the process.
Good body kick, 1-2. Nice hook. Good knee.
They're getting in there. They can get some good clinch work in there.
Omar's corner calling for a 1-1-2.
You see these guys at this age level, at this experience level, when they get at this experience level right here, this age level, a lot of things are very, as you go up the card, it's going to get more and more smoother. These guys are just, they're literally 1-1-2. And there's a pattern, there's a rhythm that's they're going to have to pretty much build themselves into.
Ooh, nice combination.
That's a
by
great
Omar.
Yeah.
How real is the adrenaline dump with these young kids coming in here? Can anything in camp and training, like, teach them what they're going to feel in the cage for the first time?
While you're in,
punches and bunches for Omar.
Yeah, Omar's going in. Well, now, while you in camp, a lot of things just depends on how the camp is going, how your coach is setting you up. Some good forward movement with Omar. He's really pushing the pace right here.
Omar's got some length on him, some range.
Yeah, he's got some good range.
Round one is over.
And now, these rounds are shorter. Now, when I look at it, it's a pretty close round, a lot of back and forth. I would lean a little bit more towards Ortiz. He had a little bit more of the explosive actions. So I would like to see how Jamin's quarter is going to address that. Yeah, now the crazy thing about it is you're talking about that adrenaline dump. It may come now. It may come for Omar now. He just came out of there and he had a good round. He had those, like I said, a lot of those explosive actions. But how you get through those is just what you're doing in camp. Are you putting in the extra rounds? Are you doing the extra running? Are you hitting the bag more? And I mean, you're not going to know until you know that once you're in there.
Start of the second round. 3 3-minute rounds.
Omar's out there in the Lucas.
All 2-minute rounds. My apologies.
They're starting to have to do the exchanges here. And you start to see him get inside the pocket.
Jamin is definitely loving that hook. Miss.
Now you start to see Jamin kind of circle out the way. Omar's going first, and going forward.
From a Randy Smith gym, you know the boxing is already tight. You know the discipline from a John Farrar coached athlete.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like, this is going to be nice head kick. Make contact. Definitely made some contact. And that's gonna keep Jamin back a little bit and have him.
He's head hunting now.
He's head hunting, yeah.
He's looking for that head hunt. Mouth is open.
You see a little pause in the sound right now. They both just had some big explosive moments. When you throw those high kicks, if you haven't been throwing it since you're a little kid, they take so much out of you. 2-3 high kicks can really win you really quick. And you can see that right now on Omar's face. But he's going. Now James is going forward now.
1-2. Rocks him.
Yeah.
Round
and then that's the round.
Round 2 complete. Just on aggressiveness, probably give that to Rathbun, right?
I think they were both aggressive. Also, like I said, I'm also thinking Ortiz had a couple of big moments there. That head kick, that was a big moment. Got to see what the judges got to see at the same time too. So everybody has a different angle around this cage. As we look at the replays.
Smith calling for that hook. That hook has been landing for Rathbun all night.
As it's been getting inside the pocket, I think Raymond's been getting the better of the exchanges for sure. So you got to see how the judges are going to look at that, or if Raymond's going to be able to get in there and land something that's going to be a game changer. But I think that's his key to win this round, or even still fight. Get inside the pocket and push forward.
You have it 1-1 or 2-0 for Ortiz.
1-1 I wouldn't be mad at, but I wouldn't be mad at 2-0 for Ortiz.
Ooh, a huge right from Ortiz. Another right.
Yeah.
Ortiz is using that length.
Ortiz call him to him, huh?
Now the question is, did that gas out Ortiz? He's on his wheels
But the
now.
thing,
Superman punch.
Raymond's going. He's going forward.
Getting that aggressiveness.
I'm sorry, Rathbun. I'm sorry. I was saying Raymond. Rathbun.
Less than 70 seconds to go.
But we do see the blood coming from Rathbun.
Punches and bunches right in front of us. This is where the experience factor comes in and kind of controlling their emotions.
But that's the difference right now. They don't have the experience. They're both, debuting, and this is one heck of a fight for
This is a
some
great
debut guys.
opening fight from two young kids, 15 years young.
Yeah.
Woo! A big right. Rathbun with the aggressiveness against the cage. Ref stops him. Both. Ooh, another one. Rathbun has got to be with the killers that they have over at Combat Recovery, Nate Smith and co.
Yeah. At this point in time when you're going to
10 seconds. Big head kick.
Great head kick. But he still goes forward.
Rathbun was rock'em sock'em robots right now.
Pushing the pace. That was great.
Great round.
That was great.
Great fight.
Hey, man, you got to see, how do you take that second round? How do you look at that second round when you're judging this fight?
Punches and bunches.
lot of
that head kick.
a lot of good forward motion from Rathbun. And I gave him that third round. I definitely gave him that third round. But that's one of those rounds that you look forward to as a fan.
Seeing the replays, the punches and bunches, these boys came out as evidenced by their coaching and their training from legendary coaches John Farrar, Randy Smith.
And then, like I said, when it comes to that experience too, I'm not too up on Omar Ortiz camp, but on that camp when you got Nate Smith and those guys over there, you kind of pull from their experience too. When you got good guys that fought at a high level on a regular basis, in those sparring rounds and stuff like that, you get a rub. You definitely get a rub.
Yeah. Obviously, John Farrar and Bedrock MMA, OG coach Jacob Bone.
Oh yeah.
Started with those guys.
I'm sorry. I do know about that camp.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Legend up in the corner guys there. Got two legends.
Definitely at Bedrock, man. There's a lot of good guys over there.
So going up to Danny, the ring announcer, for the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we're going to go to the judges' scorecards. And all 3 judges have scored the fight in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Omar
Ortiz.
And I'm not mad at it. They both put on a great show, great performance. And if this thing went 5 rounds, it could have went the other way. If they had more rounds, and 9 times out of 10, it can go either way.
From 2 kids, 15 years young, that just put on that kind of fight, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think they just stamped themselves to, be able to come out here and do this again.
Good job. These young kids, the future is brighter on this area for combat sports.